stand and remove your hat for the playing of our national anthem.
Yep. And good afternoon from Premier Bank Gymnasium at Fort Atkinson High School. I'm Brett Ketterman on behalf of John Collins and the high school theater staff. Welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. It's the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, 2-0 from the Badger South, getting set to take on the Union Grove Broncos, 3-4 overall. Your starters for the Blackhawks will be Carson Baker, Jr. leads them in scoring along with Drew Evans, the 6'3 junior forward. Cade Cosson, Grayson Wixom, and Logan Keys will round out the starting lineup for your Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. Glad to have you along, and the alternate possession arrow will go to Union Grove as they will start the ball up on top. Tyson Skalecki, their number one scorer, averaging over 16 points a game. We'll talk more about him as today's game goes on. Runs the baseline, shot from the outside, no good. Evans with a perfect box out, and the Blackhawks will get the first opportunity to strike. Cosson in the corner, back to Wixom at the top wing. Gets it down low to Drew Evans, loses it momentarily, ball still loose, and Cosson comes away with it at the elbow. Down low pass to Keys, and Keys makes the first points of tonight's game. 2-0, Blackhawks lead. One minute into the game, Fort Atkinson 2, Union Grove 0. Union Grove will skip it 3 on the way by Pfeffer as it rolls up and in. Caden Pfeffer, the 6'2 senior shooting guard, gets the Broncos on the board a minute 8 into the game. Baker on the dribble will hand it off to Wixom on the right side. Now it's Cosson in the corner. Cosson skips it all the way to Keys. Keys drives baseline. Flips it to Evans on the mid-block. Evans gets it into the lane, kicks it out now to Wixom at the top. Wixom with the right-hand dribble, down low to Evans off the glass, good. Drew Evans puts the Blackhawks back up on top. 4-3, Fort Atkinson leads. Johnson, the second leading scorer, averaging just over 12, gives it up to Skalecki at the top. Now it's back to Pfeffer in the corner. Check if that was Domagowski. Now, shot on the way by Johnson. Gets his own rebound, shot up, and count it. Alex Johnson with his own rebound puts the Broncos back up on top, 5-4, and gets the old-fashioned three-point try. Foul's going to be on Big Drew, his first, team first. Johnson, the 6'4 senior, hits the free throw. 6-4, Broncos lead. Baker brings it up slow on the left side. Gets it into Cosson in the corner. Cosson baseline drives on the dribble, now pulls it back out on the dribble. Gets it to Wixom running the baseline. Left side, Blackhawks looking to play a little two-man game with Evans and Wixom. Evans down low, back to Wixom. Wixom looks to reset it. Now it's pick and roll by Evans. Gets it back from Wixom and lays it in. Nice play. Little two-person game between Grayson Wixom and Drew Evans, and it ends with a nice pick and roll. Ran to almost perfection. Skolecki up on top, guarded by Keys. Gets it to Barber. Barber will bring it out on the dribble, guarded by Wixom. Now it flips over to Domagalski. Back over now to the left side. Check it right side, and they're going to get Wixom on a reach-in foul. That'll be Gray's first foul, second team foul. Almost 3 minutes in, we have a tied-up ball game at sixes. Barber at the top. Pfeffer rolls around. Now it's over to Domagalski. 3 on the way, drills it. Nothing but net for Hayden Domagalski. Wixom on the dribble, keeps it, backs it up. Now there's the two-person game, loses the dribble. First turnover by either team, and Broncos run with it. Domagalski misses the lay-in, but it'll be Barber coming away with the rebound. Shot on the way from outside, no good by Pfeffer. And the ball is last touched by Domagalski on the rebound. So it'll be Blackhawk ball, trailing by 3. Here comes Baker. Brings it up down the middle of the court, guarded by Domagalski in the man-to-man Bronco defense. Over to Wixom. Now it's over to Baker in front of the Coach Pettit and the Bronco bench. Ball is loose. Nice save effort by Jackson Barber, the 5'7" sophomore point guard for Union Grove. Just ran out of room, so Fort Atkinson will trigger the ball on the sideline. Right in front of Union Grove's bench, trailing by 3. Checking into the game is Andrew Glish, the defensive specialist for the Hawks. Cosson loses it momentarily, but gets it back at the top. Oh, Baker in the corner. Skips it to the far side to Cosson. Down low, now pass from Glish to Keys is stolen. Union Grove up by 3 with the ball, 4 minutes into the contest. Skolecki, leading scorer, hasn't gotten in the books yet for Union Grove. And now baseline drive back over to Pfeffer. His 3 on the way, drills it. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is a Union Grove team that came in averaging 58 points a contest in their 7 games. They have 3 triples already for the early 6-point lead. 3 on the way by Keys. Matches him. Logan Keys with 5 already. Twelve to 9, Union Grove leads. It's Skolecki at the top. Hands it off to Pfeffer. Now it's to the outside. Skolecki on the drive. Travels. Jack Opperman will be checking into the game. And he will check in for Drew Evans. 12 to 9. Union Grove leads. 12:57 to go until intermission. Now it's Keys at the top right. Opperman sets the screen, doesn't get used. Now it's back to Glish at the top. Glish loses his footing but gets it up to Cosson just in the nick of time. Cosson tries to drive down the middle and will draw the foul. Foul's going to go on Jackson Barber, his first, Union Grove's first team foul as well. Now it's Glish in the corner. Glish looks at his options. Now it's over to Opperman. Opperman drives, gets cut off by his defender, Johnson. Now it's back to Keys. Cosson at the top on the dribble. Keeps it, picks it up, now gets it to Opperman at the top. Kick out to Cosson in the corner in the Union Grove's bench side. Now it's Glish, far side of the court. On one dribble, back to Cosson. Shot inside the arc, rolls in, out, up, down, and falls through the bottom of the net. And it's a 1-point Union Grove lead off of the Cade Cosson. Ball going every which way, and luckily back through the net for 2. On the drive, nice cutoff by Cosson and Baker. Almost got the tie-up. Instead it'll be Johnson for a short corner shot. No good. Baker gets the board. Baker's going to push it up the right side over to Keys now. Keys looks at his options. Guarded by Pfeffer. Back pick by Opperman. Not there. Opperman pops out and gets the ball. Opperman, 2 dribble. Over to Keys at the top of the circle. Now it's over on the far side to Cosson. Cosson, 1 dribble, over to Glish. Glish now, back to Baker. 3 on the way by Carson, drills it! Carson Baker gets in the scoring column and gives the Blackhawks the lead. 4th lead change in this early going, and it's 14-12, Blackhawks lead. Now it's right down the middle. Nice little pass from Tenhagen to Delagrave. McGuire Delagrave gets it in, and it's a tied ball game. Opperman. Pass is deflected, and Union Grove will get it. It'll be the 3rd turnover by the Hawks. Union Grove with 1. It's been a fairly clean played ball game. Only 3 total fouls, 2 by Fort, 1 by Union Grove. 10:34 in. Back up on top, it's going to be Domagalski. He'll get it to Pfeffer, his shot. He wants the foul, but they're going to say last touch by the Blackhawks. Wixom will check in for Keys. Tyson Skolecki, the leading scorer, will check in for Alex Johnson, the 2nd leading scorer for Union Grove. 14 all. Off the inbounds. Domagalski to Skolecki. Kicks it out to Tenhagen. His shot no good. Glish with the rebound. Wixom, Cosson up the floor quick. Back to Wixom. Wixom now pulls the ball out on the dribble. Now attacks. Opperman in the corner. Over to Baker. Blackhawks have been very patient on offense here this half. Opperman in the corner, skips it all the way to Baker. Wide open by Carson, just left it short. Tipped rebound into Pfeffer's hands. And it'll be Union Grove basketball almost midway through this half. Delagrave over into the corner. Now it's back to top. Skolecki thought about the 3, gave it up. Now it's Pfeffer in the corner. He'll one-hand skip it to Skolecki, loses it, but gets it back just outside the arc. Delagrave near the top of the circle, handoff Skolecki. Back to Tenhagen. Over to Domagalski. Now it's over to the corner. Union Grove shot on the way by Domagalski, straight on, no good. Great box out by 3 of the defensive rebounders for the Hawks. Everyone had a body on their defender. Now Wixom, nice little move inside. Drops it in for a pair. Blackhawks take the lead again, 16-14. Over midway through this half. Domagalski, guarded by Baker, drives the hoop. Cut off by Wixom, and they're going to get the foul. Wixom did a good job of trying to cut Domagalski off, but he's too quick on the dribble and kind of was able to sidestep Wixom and still draw the foul. So that'll be Wixom's 2nd foul. That'll bring Evan Dudzik and Logan Keys into the game for Fort Atkinson for Glish and Gray. Brady Ketterhagen checking in for the Broncos. Tenhagen gets the inbounded pass, loses it, but corrals it outside the arc. Now it's Skolecki, leading scorer, held scoreless so far here tonight. Skolecki tries to drive baseline. Keys cuts him off nicely with the hands in the air. Back to Skolecki. Cosson with a nice little help and then recover. Baker, good man-to-man defense on Ketterhagen in the corner. Skips it over to the corner. That was to Barber, and now we have a whistle. That's going to be a travel on Tyson Skolecki. Second turnover by the Broncos. Drew Evans checking in for Jack Opperman. Fort Atkinson up by 2. Almost 8 minutes left here in the first half. Keys in the corner. Back to Drew Evans, off the glass and good. 4-point lead, and we have a use it or lose it timeout. 18-14, Fort Atkinson leads with 7:47 to go until halftime. Again, couple of COVID-19 rules. You saw at the start of the game, there is no jump ball. Instead, the visiting team takes control on the alternate possession arrow, and then after that, it's just every jump ball is like normal. If it goes to overtime, I believe it starts again with the visiting crew, and then it alternates as well. The other interesting COVID-19 rule, this started after the season started, and that's every team gets an additional 30-second timeout each half. It's a use it or lose it. It doesn't count as part of your 3 full 2:30 seconds. So you have to use it, otherwise you lose that timeout. So again, that's put in place for the official's sake and the player's sake. Gives them a little break having to wear masks here, at least at the early start of the season. Back on the floor, it's going to be Ketterhagen. Gets caught on the double team, and he'll get bailed out with a foul on the Blackhawks. It's going to be on Carson Baker, his first, team fourth. Scott Bukta will check in for Baker. Galecki inbounds, gets it over. Now it's back to Barber on top. Driving is Tenhagen. His shot is short, and Evans gets the board. Bukta brings it right side on the dribble in front of the Union Grove's bench. Now it's over to Kossin. Keys looks at his options. Evans posting up. Back to Keys. Oh, good help on the weak side by Ketterhagen, but it left Dudzik wide open. Now it's Keys, 3 on the way, overshoots it. And it's rebounded by Barber. Jackson Barber, the 5'7" sophomore point guard, leads the Broncos here on this offensive trip, trailing by 4. Ketterhagen loses the ball, and it's Dudzik with it, and they're going to get a timeout by the Blackhawks. It'll be their 30-second timeout. I hope everybody here had a great holiday season. Little time off. The Blackhawks had a game last week, and then they had practice, and they had Christmas Eve and Christmas off before kind of a couple-hour shoot-around yesterday or the other day, and practice yesterday, and right back at it. We'll talk at halftime. A lot of ball coming up for this Blackhawks squad, who took the first couple of weeks off because of the COVID guidelines. They were ready to start the season, but then they had to kind of pause their season. And I'll tell you what, this is the best start I've seen the Blackhawks have in the last 8 to 10 years. Back to action on the floor. It's Blackhawks leading by 4. 6:42. And now it's over to Keys. At the top to Bukta. Dudzik, Jackson Fenner checking in during that timeout, and Drew Evans. Now it's Fenner gets the skip pass. Back to Keys at the top, Bukta right side. Evans comes across the lane trying to post up. Union Grove doing a nice job doubling Evans from behind. And now it's Dudzik. With his man, goes right into the hoop. Missed the shot, gets his own rebound. Second shot deflected. Rebounded by Fenner, and he's going to go to the line for a pair. Blackhawks haven't shot free throws yet today at all. And this will be the first one as Jackson Fenner goes to the line. Foul's going to go on Brady Ketterhagen, his first. Broncos second. First one hits the back of the rim for Fenner. It'll remain a 4-point Blackhawk lead. Blackhawks going 9 deep so far in this afternoon's game. Fenner's second free throw rolls off the rim, so it'll stay a 4-point Fort Atkinson lead. Johnson, second leading scorer, only with 3 points. A field goal and a free throw. Old-fashioned three-point play. That was almost 10 minutes ago. Barber in the corner. Bukta deflects the pass, and Domagowski will track it down, guarded by Fenner outside the arc. There it's Barber in front of Coach Hintz. Down low to Johnson. Nice double by Bukta and Fenner. Kicked out. Union Grove couldn't take advantage of the triple team down low. Great closeout by Fenner. Now it's Skalecki down in the corner. One-handed skip pass over to Domagowski. We're going to have a foul on Union Grove. Going to go on Jackson Barber, his second illegal screen. Bukta will check out. Baker will come in for Scott, who played great off the bench. Baker with the dribble will take it to the right side. Baker now brings it to the middle, tries to attack. Wide open Keys for 3, just short. Evans with the rebound. One power dribble, up and in. Drew Evans with 8. We'll talk about Drew Evans at halftime as well. He is having a tremendous start to his junior year. Barber back up on top to Domagowski. Down low to Pfeffer, guarded by Dudzik. Pfeffer skips it out. Blackhawk defense has been very stingy so far, not just this game, but all season long. Almost got to touch the game ball, just missed the bench over here where I'm sitting, outside the bench line. Fort Atkinson's Keys will get it into Baker to set this offensive series up. Fort Atkinson up by 6. Over to Keys. Back to Baker. We'll talk more at halftime coming up too. These are two teams that have faced each other in the playoffs the last 2 years. Both in the regional quarterfinals. We'll talk about each game and who won each game. Talk about the start of the Blackhawk season as well as whatever else we can talk about. Maybe we'll talk about some Christmas presents. Best Christmas present you've gotten either this year or in the past. Shot on the way by Union Grove is no good. And Blackhawks will come down with it. Fenner. Loses it. Blackhawks lose it. Now the long pass to Skalecki. Tiptoes the sideline. His pass stolen by Fenner. Now it's back to Keys, right side. 3 on the way. Logan drills it. Logan Keys with 8 points, and we have a timeout. Union Grove. Fort Atkinson on a 9-0 run in the last 7 minutes to increase their lead 23-14. Again, when you look at Fort Atkinson, they have been shooting hot from the outside. Baker with a 3 and Keys with 2 triples. And then big Drew Evans down low with 8 points. That's been one of the big difference here this season with the Blackhawks. They have a truly great inside-outside game and a lot of different players that can hit the outside shot. We'll talk about that as well at halftime. So 23-14, 3:04 to go. And this is a Union Grove team, too, I will say, that came in averaging 58 points a game. They've had a couple of players get into 20-point-plus range. In fact, I think when I was doing my research, they had 4 different players get 20 points or more. Driving the baseline is Skalecki. Shot on the way is short by Johnson. He gets his own rebound, attacks the basket. One-handed shot by Alex Johnson is good. So Johnson will break a scoring drought that lasts almost 8 minutes and gets a 9-0 run for the Blackhawks. Keys brings it to the top. Now it's over to Glish, who checked in during the timeout. Glish, Baker, Opperman, Evans, and Fenner, your 5 for the Hawks. We'll bring you the 5 for Union Grove after this whistle, and Blackhawks will get called for a travel. Your 5 for the Broncos, Delagrave, Pfeffer, Johnson, Skolecki, and Domagowski. Again, Johnson averaging over 11 points a game. He's got 5 here in the first half. The story is the Blackhawk defense. Tyson Skolecki, leading scorer for the Broncos with almost 17 points, held scoreless. Baker gets the steal. Gets it off before flying out of bounds on the floor. Baker now with the 3. Storybook there, gets the steal and hits the 3, just misses it though. Union Grove pushes it hard, no good. Shot up, still rebounded. Johnson gets it. Union Grove gets a second chance 3 on the way, no good. Opperman with a great rebound. Boy, that 3 by Pfeffer looked pretty good from here, and it just rolled in and out. And now Blackhawks will take a timeout. It'll be a full timeout by Coach Hintz. And again, when you look at this Union Grove, this is the team that came in 3-4 overall, 2-3 in the Southern Lakes. The Southern Lakes, one of the full conferences, playing a full slate of games. Right now, that's good for 4th place behind perennial champion Westosha Central. But this is a Union Grove team, as I mentioned, averaging almost 60 points a game. Tyson Skolecki, as I mentioned, their leading scorer, has had 3 games where he's had over 20 points. Johnson has had a couple, and Delagrave also with a game of over 20. This is a squad that, when they're hitting their shots, are very dangerous, and they've had a couple of their wins have had 2 or 3 players in double digits. So it's a team that can score, but give the Blackhawk defense credit. They have limited second chance opportunities here tonight, or I should say this afternoon, leading the Broncos to just 16 first half points and a 7-point lead with 1:19 to go until halftime. Fort Atkinson will inbound the ball, and it will be Keys getting it into Baker. Now it's Baker, right side, gets it over to Keys, who has 2 triples on the night for 8 points. Back to Baker up on top. There goes Glish over to Cosson. Cosson thought about it, now gets it back to Glish outside the arc. Over to Cosson, now it's Evans down low. He's double teamed, loses it. Good double team that time by Tenhagen. Rare miscue by the junior big man. Tenhagen gets it over to Delagrave on the dribble. Guarded by Cosson, now up on top. He'll hand it off back to Tenhagen. Tenhagen gets it down low to Pfeffer. Down low, it's Delagrave. He does a couple spin move. Shot no good, but rebounded by the Broncos. 3 on the way by Domagowski, no good. And Pfeffer gets the rebound, and he'll get called for the double dribble. A rare double dribble as Pfeffer tries to get the ball and take it outside. 8 seconds left. Baker down the middle, 4 seconds. Over to Cosson, 2 seconds. Cosson has to force a shot. It counts, no good. And the Blackhawks will go into the halftime leading 23-16 over Union Grove. Again, I'm Brett Ketterman. Glad to have you along here tonight. I should say this afternoon, for this non-conference matchup with the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks and the Union Grove Broncos. it's been one of those situations where Fort Atkinson not playing any conference games, trying to play any teams that they can, and then trying to get some schedules in here and there. And it's a season that the Blackhawks saw start out okay. They ended up getting a good couple of a week practice in. They went to do a 3-team scrimmage. That went extremely well. But then there was a contact tracing where the Blackhawks then had to sit out the next 14 days. So that wiped out 5 games for the Blackhawks, including games against Watertown, Milton, and Lake Mills. As it was, Milton ended up not playing at that time, and as well as Monona Grove. But then they got right back on board, and they had a nice win after the break. Wasn't sure how they would respond, but playing against a Reedsburg Beavers team that had already had 4 games in, and really on their home opener of the season, the Blackhawks took it to the Beavers 60-41. Drew Evans coming out party, scoring a career-high 20, and Carson Baker leading the way right behind him with 10, as the Blackhawks had 9 different players in the scoring column that game. Then in a weird situation of scheduling, again, this year anything goes, they turned around 5 days later and traveled to Reedsburg, where they beat the Beavers there 61-53. They were led by Grayson Wixom's 13, Drew Evans with 12, Jack Opperman for his first double-digit game, he had 10 points. And Cade Cosson right behind him with 9 points and 8 rebounds, had a great game. And again, we talk about this Blackhawk team. It's a team really that has a lot of different weapons depending on what the defense is going to throw, depending on what the other opposing teams' strengths are. You've got some great outside shooters in Carson Baker and Grayson Wixom. Logan Keys, you've seen that today. He's got 2 triples as well. Cade Cosson's one of those players that can kind of shoot from the outside. He can drive and take it. You know, he'll be a player that you don't see a lot scoring from. In fact, that first game, Cosson just had 2 points, and when I was talking to Coach Hintz before our post-game interview, he was shocked that they could score that many points without Cosson really taking a big role in the scoring column. But then the next game he did. You know, so Cosson's one of those players, he'll just let the game come to him and take what they will give him. So you got some great outside players, and then down low you've got, as we talked about, Drew Evans. Boy, he came back last year as a sophomore after sitting out his freshman year, playing a different sport and lifting weights. Big lineman for the Blackhawk football team, was going to be a key this season. He will be a key this season for this Blackhawk team under head coach Nick Nelson. But last year, boy, he really dedicated himself in the offseason, hitting the weight rooms, leading the charge, lifting weights during the quarantine, just doing whatever he could to get bigger, faster, and stronger. And boy, it shows out here tonight and this season as Drew Evans, so far with a team high 8 points here tonight. Again, a career high 20 in that first game and 12 points in that second game. So he is going to be a force to reckon with for the Blackhawks opponents all season long. And Jack Opperman, again, last year as a freshman, played sparingly. Had some good games, but then again in the second game against Reedsburg really came out strong with his first double-digit game for 10 points. And again, as he gets older and stronger, you'll see great things. So a great little inside-outside activity for the Blackhawks. So I mentioned earlier, this is a squad that has a lot of weapons from various angles. This is, again, their opponent tonight, the Union Grove Broncos. This is a team that the Blackhawks are very familiar with, playing them in the regional quarterfinals in the WIAA Division II playoffs the last 2 years. And 2 years ago, Blackhawks dropped a tough 88-71 game to the Broncos. Jesse Coots, who's over at Viterbo, had 25 points for the Blackhawks. Jack Pettit, who's playing up at St. Norbert, he has 29, and 2 others players for the Broncos in double digits. Second game last year, Blackhawks played Union Grove, and Blackhawks came away with the revenge victory, advancing in the WIAA playoffs, 55-50. Caleb Halfelder with 16, Drew Evans with 12. and Colin Long, who has graduated for the Broncos with 19, and then Tenhagen had 11. We're going to step aside for a little break here at halftime. It's 23-16. When we come back in a few minutes, we'll bring you the scoring update from this half. Again, I'm Brett Ketterman. Glad to have you along. We'll be back in a little bit. And welcome back to the second half here at Premier Bank Gymnasium. I'm Brett Ketterman. Glad to have you along for this afternoon's live stream on YouTube and Facebook of this non-conference Blackhawks Union Grove. Baker right away takes it to him and draws the foul and makes the basket. Replay worthy right there. Holy buckets. Carson Baker. Seen him make some incredible shots over the years, and here's the replay starting out the half. You'll see Baker curl around to the near side. Baker will hit the free throw meanwhile. There goes Baker on the drive, flips it up and drops it in. Hits the free throw, so it's 26-16, 10-point lead for the Blackhawks. Nice little touch there tonight in today's broadcast and future broadcasts, a replay. 3 on the way by Union Grove is no good, and Wixom gets the ball, flips it real quick up to Cosson, and it's stolen by Pfeffer. We'll bring you the lineups here for Union Grove. It's Barber, Domilgoski, Pfeffer, Johnson, who just gave it up to Skalecki, their leading scorer, and are your 5. Again, the defense by the Blackhawks have been outstanding, as Skalecki, their leading scorer, held scoreless here this half. Although Wixom will find himself in some foul trouble and have a seat on the bench, as Andrew Glish will check in for Wixom, as he'll go to the bench with 3 fouls early here in the second half. Hawks up by 10. Barber drives, flips it out to nobody, and it goes out of bounds. Pfeffer would have been better to touch it. Instead, the Blackhawks will inbound the ball right in front of their bench. Blackhawks had 7 turnovers, 6 in the first half, 1 the second half. Union Grove with 6 turnovers, 5 and 1 in each respective half. Baker starts out the second half hot, hits the outside 10-footer from the wing, and it's the largest lead of the night at 12. Now a steal by Cosson. Cosson's going to take it coast to coast, lays it in. And we have a quick timeout here, as that will get the Fort Atkinson bench, and if there were fans here, on their feet as well, as the Blackhawks have scored the first 7 points of this half in the first minute and a half. And boy, what a start to the second half. Coaches always talk about the first couple of minutes of each of the half. You want to start out strong. You want to start out taking control of taking care of business, and that's exactly what this Fort Atkinson Blackhawk team has done here this half. It started out with that Carson Baker trick shot with one hand after getting fouled, drops it in, hits the free throw, comes back and hits a nice little jumper off of a move, and then Cosson with the steal and the lay-in, giving Fort Atkinson their largest lead of the night at 14, as it's 30-16. Again, glad to have you along here today for the Blackhawks. We'll talk more about this as the half continues, but they have a short break. Only 1 practice tomorrow, and they'll be on the road versus Elkhorn for a rare Wednesday afternoon game. We'll talk more about the scheduling as this game progresses here in the second half. Union Grove takes their use it or lose it timeout, and Barber will bring it up. The sophomore point guard has been held scoreless, but done a nice job of taking care of the ball for the Broncos. Delagrave on the drive into the lane, back to Johnson. Now it's into the corner. It's Domilgoski. Long range 3 feet behind the arc, no good. Johnson gets the rebound knocked out of his hands, and Evans gets it. Fort Atkinson over to Keys. Now it's over to Cosson in the near corner. Now it's Baker, 3 on the way. No good, gets his own rebound though. Back to Glish. Glish will now drive. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled by Caden Pfeffer. That'll be his first, team's second foul by Union Grove, and Andrew Glish, who had 7 points in the home opener win against the Beavers, goes to the line and gets in the scoring column. But at one point with 10:54 to go, this was a 14-all game. In fact, Union Grove hit the bucket to go up or to tie it 14-all. Since then, it has been all Blackhawks on a 16-2 run. Glish misses the free throw. Blackhawks in that span went on a 9-0 run in 8 minutes to almost close out the half. And then since then, the second half has been all Fort Atkinson. As they've scored the last 8 points. Pfeffer, front of the Union Grove bench, gets it over to Delagrave. Barber off the glass, no good. Again, you got to love technology, and with the COVID restrictions of no fans, although Fort Atkinson will be allowing home fans starting in January, 2 fans per player, that's it. But it'll still be a chance for them, an opportunity for the parents to see their child in action this year, but has really led a lot of teams and schools to figure out how can we bring these games to not just the parents, but to the public, and give John Collins and the theater staff credit. They put on a first-rate production here at Fort Atkinson High School, and then Steve Mahoney asked if we would provide some commentary, and I said, of course I would. I would love to do that. Barber hits 1 of 2 free throws, and that's where we stand here right now. It's 31-17, but again, it's great to have people from all over, not just Wisconsin, but the United States tuning in to today's game. Fenner goes down the middle of the lane. Shot is partially deflected out of bounds. Again, we've got people from all the way up north in Rhinelander. I don't know if they have got 2 feet of snow up in Rhinelander, or if got the snowmobiles out yet, but if not this week, I'm sure the snowmobilers will be lined up ready to go up north. Baker missed down the middle of the lane. Fort Atkinson gets the rebound, tipped around. Pfeffer will finally get it. Pfeffer one-hand pass down the lane, all down the court, all the way to Pfeffer. Check it, that was Tenhagen. Now Pfeffer has it, guarded by Glish. And Tenhagen now brings it back. Ball's reversed all the way to the left side of the court. Down low to Delagrave. Johnson, shot from the free throw line, no good, and Cosson will get the board. Cosson looks up the floor, gets it to Opperman, too far. Opperman tries to save it, but throws it away. They either throw it away on the pass or run out of bounds with it. Opperman tried his best, just wasn't there. Quickly down the court, McGuire Delagrave, the 6'2 junior, hits the shot. And it's 31-19, Fort Atkinson leads. Baker calls for the screen by Glish. Backs it out on the dribble and now gets it over to Glish in the corner. Glish brings it back to the top. Now it's Cosson. Cosson's lane opened up for him. He took it, lost the ball. Glish gets the rebound off the glass. Good, Andrew Glish. Off the second chance opportunity. And it's 33-19. Down low, Johnson shot, hung on the rim, gets the second chance, hung on the rim even longer before falling off. Bowling alley bumpers save the ball from going into the abyss. So Fenner and Baker will check out. Checking in for the Hawks is Wixom and Keys. And now Dudzek will be a late second sub in for Cosson. Union Grove gets the ball inbounded over to Pfeffer. Now it's Tenhagen on the dribble. Tried to pick and roll. Blackhawks defended it well. Shot from the corner is good by Barber. Jackson Barber ties a career high with 4 points with that triple. Barber, the point guard, looking to score a little bit more here in the second half. Wixom, 3 on the way, drills it! Grayson Wixom's shot may not have gotten too much higher than the rim, but just enough to darted in. Back to a 14-point Blackhawk lead. 3 on the way by Union Grove, rebounded by Dudzik after the air ball. Wixom drives, lay in right side, good. Just like that, Wixom has 7. And it's a 16-point lead. Second largest lead for the Hawks. 3 on the way is no good. And it's rebounded by Glish. Wixom. Wixom gets it over to Cosson, and we have a whistle. Didn't hear the whistle, except everyone stopped. Foul's going to go on Barber, his 3rd. And that will bring Brady Ketterhagen off the bench for Pfeffer. They'll roll the dice with Barber's 3 fouls on the floor. Fenner will get set to check in. Glish gets it on the inbound pass, shot up, no good. But he'll go to the line for a pair. And the foul goes on Barber, so he picks up 2 quick fouls, so that'll be 4 for the point guard. And Glish to the line yet again. Glish hits the first one. So Domilgoski, Hayden Domilgoski, the 5'11 senior, will check in for the 5'7 sophomore. Glish with 4 on the night. Second free throw on the way. No good off of Key's hands, and he'll track it down in the corner. We have a timeout by the Blackhawks, full timeout. 39-22. And again, when you talk about Logan Keys, that was a great opportunity there. Great effort by the sophomore. As last year, when you looked at Logan Keys, he was a really good just outside shooter, kind of hung around. But this year, he's now really gone to attacking the basket as well and just being a force down low on those rebounds. And you saw that there. Had an opportunity, got the ball knocked out of his hands or went off his hands, but he was quick enough to get it to the corner, beat the ball to the corner, and get that rebound. That's probably a play that doesn't happen last year with Keys as a freshman, so great to see Logan make those little small adjustments as the last year and a half have gone on. And again, shooting from the outside, he's got 8 points today, all in the first half, 2 triples, but when you looked at him last year, he had a career-high 10 in a win against Milton. You know, he wasn't really called on to score a whole lot last year when you had guys like Caleb Hoffelder. And then again, we talked about the 3 outside shooters, but Keys really taken that next step this season, becoming one of those players that can hit the shot from anywhere on the court. So it's 39-22. Wixom will inbound the ball on the baseline, but near the corner. And he'll just get it back after getting the ball in. Dudzik over to Wixom, right side. Gets into the lane, dumps it down low to Fenner, cutting on the baseline. Fenner's double teamed. And we have a 3-second. You saw Coach Hintz trying to get the timeout called. Official good call, though, with the 3 seconds. Fenner kind of got himself right inside the lane. Good double team by Union Grove, and really didn't have much to do with, couldn't go anywhere with the ball. So the 9th turnover by Fort Atkinson this afternoon. Delagrave up and under, count it. McGuire Delagrave. Oh, they're going to call it before the shot. So that'll send, the foul's going to go on Opperman. That's his first. Actually, they're going to call it an and one. That's what I thought, but I thought the official reported it as on the floor. So it's a 14-point Blackhawk lead. Fenner with the ball in the corner. Wixom now. Gets it into the lane on the dribble and drops it in. Boy, Wixom with 9 leads all players. Now Union Grove cutting down the lane. That was Domilgoski. Doesn't get the ball to fall in, but Union Grove will keep the possession. 3 on the way by Catterhagen is good. So Catterhagen is in the books. 41-28. Blackhawks lead. Opperman in the corner. Cross-court pass to Wixom, who's guarded by Domilgoski. His pass stolen. Dudzik, though, great hustle, gets it back for the Hawks. Wixom 3 on the way, no good. And we have a scrum for the ball. Both teams kind of trading turnovers there. Wixom had a nice shot, just a little too strong. And that'll get Carson Baker and Eli Schweiger checking into the game for Fort Atkinson for Dudzik and Opperman. The sources up north say there's only been 4 inches up in Rhinelander area. That seems low compared to what they normally do. That just means they're going to get about 20 inches in the next week, I think. Domilgoski over to Catterhagen. Loses the ball but gets it off, and we have a 30-second timeout. 41-28. Again, want to thank a couple of people for bringing you today's game on YouTube. You got Avery Hess, who's the on-site audio, Sammy Erstead, streaming operations, Donnie Martin, Carson Heisner, Alexis Denman, our camera operators. Again, this is, quite the feed. You don't see too many schools using multiple cameras, angles, interviews, people talking like me, and even then a camera with a person on me. So glad to have everyone along. Sam Hess, John Collins are the coordinators of today and every day's broadcast. Doing a great job bringing you every home game here at Premier Bank Gymnasium. 41-28. Skip pass over to Catterhagen. Now it's back to the near side. Ball is kicked into the deep abyss. Bowling alley bumpers would have had to have been about 6 feet high to block that. The other difference that you've seen is multiple basketballs being used. So they just are going to let that go. They'll send a manager after it, and they bring in a new ball. And you'll kind of see them change balls during timeouts or certain things happen on the court. You'll see the refs call for a different ball, and then they think they disinfect the other one and get it ready to play. Union Grove will lose the ball for their 8th turnover of the night. Wixom. Schweiger. Wixom on the drive, no good. Rebounded by Delagrave. Ball is now loose, and Wixom will get it, and we have a timeout for Atkinson. But it's a 41-28 point lead for the Blackhawks with 8:47 to go, and these teams are still just laying it all out on the line. Over the last couple of minutes, we've seen players dive for balls and go careening out of bounds trying to save a basketball, and that's the kind of hustle you like to see. And I think when I've talked to these players from both teams, they are just happy to be able to get out and play, and they know there's some schools that are not allowing to be played or just have just been greenlit to start playing or practicing. So I think in this day and age, this season, any game you get in is a bonus. Fenner, nice little cross dribble, count it! Jackson Fenner with the sweet move. That one was replay worthy as well, as Fenner getting it and breaking the ankles on the defense, bringing the ball back and attacking. And there is that replay as you'll see Keys get set to inbound the ball. And here comes Fenner with the ball. There's the move, and he gets it all the way in and flips it in. Fantastic job by the 6-foot senior. Foul's going to go on Logan Tenhagen. That's his first, 5th team foul for the Broncos. Evans checking into the game, and Glish as well. Fenner's shot is off the mark. Still looking for his first free throw, but it's 43-28, 15-point lead. Oh, wide open three now for Skalecki, no good. Skalecki again, averaging over 16, held scoreless for the Broncos. Pass is deflected by Glish into Johnson's handle. Broncos will keep possession. Johnson from 8 feet can't get it to fall, and Fenner gets the rebound over Skalecki. Broncos, here comes the pick and roll with Evans. Glish now has it, skips it over to Schweiger. Schweiger over to Fenner. Fenner holds and checks his option over to Schweiger in the corner. Lob pass to Evans, off the glass, count it. Drew with his first points of the half. He's got 10. Third straight double-digit game for Drew Evans. Actually counted 4 if you go back to last year's loss to Burlington in the playoffs. Union Grove shot is missed, last touched by the Blackhawks. Actually, I'll count it. I can't even look at my notes. When you look at it, actually Evans with 5 straight double-digit games, going back to the regional quarterfinal against Union Grove where he had 12, 10 in the loss to Burlington, I should say, 20 the first game here against Reedsburg. Second game he had 12, and he's got 10 here tonight. And again, boy, big Drew Evans just down low has been a beast to contain. It'll be interesting how teams, more physical teams, react to him. But I'll tell you what, this is a season where Drew, with what he's been able to do in the off season, won't be intimidated by any type of presence of being physical down low. So 45-28, Fort Atkinson leads. Delagrave up on top, hounded by Cosson. Now it's over to Tenhagen, tries to get in the lane off the dribble. Baker and Evans cuts him off. Down low to Johnson. Johnson out to Skalecki. And now it's over to the left side to Delagrave. Tenhagen. Check it, Delagrave. Now it's Tenhagen, 3 on the way. Misses the rim but hits the backboard, and Evans gets the rebound. 6.5 to go in the game. Blackhawks have led comfortably after jumping out to that great second half start. Evans, again, off the board from the right block is good. He's got 4 straight points, and it's a 47-28 point lead. 3 on the way by Skalecki, and Skalecki gets in the scoring column with 6:19 to go. First points for the talented junior. Baker over to Schweiger, corner. Cosson now, back to Baker. Baker step back shot, no good. Rebounded by Delagrave. Delagrave and the Broncos pushing it off the rim, too short. Baker leads the push, hands off to Glish. Glish sees an opening, takes it too strong. Schweiger gets the rebound. Shot up, no good, but a foul. And that'll send Eli Schweiger, the 6'3 senior, to the line for a pair. Foul's going to go on Skalecki, his first. Team 6th. Blackhawks shooting bonus from here on out. And Schweiger is in the book. 8th different Blackhawk player in the scoring column. Baker will have a seat, and we'll be curious. He may be done for the night. Again, the Blackhawks, one practice tomorrow, and then they're right on the road to face the Elkhorn Elks. Second one by Schweiger is good. So Logan Keys will check in for Schweiger. After the game against Elkhorn, then they'll come right back. Practice Thursday and Friday. Actually, I think they have off on Thursday because of the 7-day rule. Then they'll come right back, practice on Friday, and take on the Burlington Demons at 12:30 here. Again, if you check wisports.net, the perennial spot for all high school athletics in Wisconsin, they actually have that game listed on the 9th and has canceled. But that game will actually be this Saturday. First game of the new year. Cosson, shot on the way is good. Largest lead of the night at 20 right now for the Hawks. Again, for the girls basketball fans out there, Fort Atkinson will travel to Waterloo to face the Pirates tomorrow. Pass goes off the side of the rim. Backboard's just shaking right now. Domagowski gets it back. But they'll travel to take the Pirates on tomorrow. That's a game that we won't have because it's not home. Alex Johnson down low gets his first points of the half from the right block. Now Wixom gets it off to Key, short corner. Tries to pass it in between two different players. Wixom will get it back after a nice save by Andrew Glish. Their next home game, though, after that game against Waterloo will be Tuesday, January 5th. Oh, Wixom with another shot. Another great drive and shot, and Wixom will be in double digits for the second consecutive game, after leading the Hawks last game with 13. Again, going back to the girls, though, they'll start their first of 4 straight home games on Tuesday, January 5th. Rebound will be missed, or I should say the free throw missed by Wixom. A rare miscue by the senior. He's had a great game once again, 11 points, making some great shots. Hawks lead by 20. Right after the game, we'll go through some scoring. We'll take a little break, and then we'll have a post-game interview. I believe that's a separate stream. So stay tuned to the high school YouTube channel, and it'll be Coach Hintz and possibly a player. Player to be named later. That's if Brian Comer can get down here. He could be the player to be named later. Or Mike Opperman. 3 on the way by Hayden Domagowski is good. Or just send me anybody and I'll talk to them. You know that. Just got word that the Waterloo game for the girls down low is Johnson. He'll hit the shot, and Union Grove will take a timeout. They'll take a full timeout. Again, going to the schedule, just got word that the Waterloo game for tomorrow is canceled because of forecasted snow. So again, looks like the girls were supposed to play, but if they don't, their next game will be Tuesday, January 5th. Versus Sauk Prairie. It's the first of 4 straight home games for the girls, as they've seen coming off of a couple of nice wins against Elkhorn and Whitewater. So see if they can kind of keep things rolling here in 2021. As far as the boys go, again, they will have practice tomorrow, and then they'll travel to face Elkhorn Elks. Elks a very good team from the Southern Lakes over the last couple of years. They're down a little bit this year, but still should be a good matchup. They've got a good big man, so that'll be a great matchup with Drew Evans down there. That's Wednesday. Again, check out the Fort Atkinson boys basketball YouTube page. They'll have that streamed without any commentary. And then they will have a couple of days, and then they'll face the Burlington Demons right here at Premier Bank Gymnasium. Live stream set to begin around 12:30. So back to action. It'll be Carson Baker. 53-38. Fort Atkinson leads. Baker over to Keys in the corner. Hounded by Pfeffer, gets it back to Baker. Back to Keys in the corner. Now it's down low to Evans. His pass is knocked away, but Fort keeps possession. There's Wixom. No shot, no good. Little short. Ball still loose. Wixom diving on the ground. Nice hustle by Wixom, and they're going to say just touching the line. But Wixom coming from behind on the floor, tried best to get it tied up. Just ran out of real estate, as I think he had an ankle touch the line. So it'll be Union Grove's ball. Glish will be the last-minute substitution. Officials do a nice job of letting him get in. Glish will come in for Keys. Keys will probably be done for the day, I would imagine, leading 53-38 with 3.5 to go. Steal by Wixom and the Hawks. Back to Evans. Back out to Wixom. Now it's over to Glish. Shot on the way. No good. Evans gets the rebound, and he's boxed out, being ridden by Pfeffer, and that's where the foul will be. Pfeffer did a good job of boxing out Evans, but then once he got the ball, he just kept boxing him out, just kept riding him out, and drew the foul. It'll send big Drew Evans to the line where he's got 12 points. First free throw of today. He'll miss the bonus situation. So just 3 minutes left, and Baker gets the steal. Boy, Baker read that pass like a safety in football. Saw that coming and just ran right in front of it. And then he's fouled by Hayden Domagowski. He'll check out. Domagowski will check out with 6 points. 2 3-pointers, 1 in each half. Baker, bonus situation, earns the second one. He's got 8 now on the night. Second one on the way is good for Carson. He's got 9, one shy of a season best. 55-38. Coach Hintz going to the bench, using every player as Ryan Burke is getting set to check in. He'll be the last player out of the 13 to get into the game, leading 55-38. He'll come in for Glish, who once again, great job off the bench defensively and tack on 4 points. So it'll be Pfeffer in the corner. Now it's back to the top to Delagrave. Delagrave hounded once again by Cosson. Now it's Barber. Shot on the way by Delagrave, good. Boy, Cosson left Delagrave just for a second. Delagrave found a little open seam and hit the 3-pointer. He's in double digits with 10. 55-41. Back to Burke. 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Baker. Baker tries a trick shot from behind. Would have been a good horse shot. Now it's back to Baker. He's doubled, gets it to Wixom. Here's the whistle just before the 2-minute mark. And Wixom will go to the line where he's got 11 points on the night. Foul's going to go on Jackson Barber. That's his 5th, so he'll foul out. Domagowski will check in for Barber. Wixom's free throws just off the mark. Checking in will be Skalacki. Again, Skalacki checking in with just 3 points, and now Keys will check back in. He'll check in for Burke since Skalacki checked in. Second one by Wixom is no good, and it's rebounded by Delagrave. So free throw is about the only thing the Blackhawks haven't done great today. 3 on the way is missed by Delagrave, and it's rebounded by Wixom. Blackhawks just 7 of 15 from the charity stripe today. Like I said, about the only thing they haven't executed well here today. Keys cutting down the lane, shot up and in. Boy, Keys doing a nice job running down the baseline. gets a sweet pass and converts it for ties his career best with 10. Again, Keys had 10 in that win last year against Milton. Scott Bukta, Ryan Burke, Eli Schweiger, and Jack Opperman will all check in. Evans, Baker, Cosson, and Wixom are out. So Schweiger, Opperman, Keys, Burke, and Bukta on the floor for the final minute 16. 3 on the way by Burlington's. Domagowski is no good. Rebounded over to Delagrave. Now it's down low. Shot up. Rolls in and out by Skalecki. No good. Gets a second chance. No good. Ball poked around. Now it's over to Pfeffer. Fadeaway jumper from the baseline. No good. Union Grove gets the board. Domagowski 3 on the way. No good. And Keys will corral it. A couple of great chances for the Broncos. Just couldn't get any to fall. Now Schweiger is hounded. And it'll be a bonus situation, double bonus. So Schweiger will get a chance for 2 free throws here. Fouls on Delagrave, or check it, Domagowski, his second, or third. We'll call it third. Schweiger's first free throw. Hits the rim, bounces high, and falls in. And now Evan Dudzik will check in for Keys. 40 seconds left. Schweiger ties a career high. Looking for a career best, and there it is. He's got 4, all from the charity stripe. Down low, Delagrave off the glass, rolls it in. Now Broncos will put a little pressure on. Bukta splits the double team, and he's fouled. So Scott Bukta will go to the line. And there's Bukta in the scoring column for the Hawks. 9th player to score here tonight. Bukta rolls in the other one. 15 seconds to go, 61-43. Nice behind the back dribble by Pfeffer. Guarded by Burke. Now it's over to Delagrave. Opperman and Dudzik get the double. It's interesting, the taller ref with the least amount of hair has one of those electronic whistles. Very hard to hear. It'll be interesting to see how that works once you start adding some fans in. Skalecki, turnaround jumper, no good. Dudzik with the rebound, 1 second left. And your Fort Atkinson Blackhawks will improve to 3-0 on the year with the 61-43 victory. Again, after leading 23-16, they went on a 16-2 run in the first to second half. For the Union Grove Broncos, they'll drop to 3-5 overall. They were led by McGuire Delagrave's 12 points, Alex Johnson with 9, 6 each by Hayden Domagowski and Caden Pfeffer, 4 by Jackson Barber, and 3 apiece by Tyson Skalecki and Brady Ketterhagen, as the Blackhawk defense was really stifling. Again, Johnson averaging 11 points a game. He had 9. Skalecki, their leading scorer, with 3 points, usually averaging close to 17. For the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, they were led by Drew Evans' 12 points, 11 by Grayson Wixom. He had 9 in the second half, 9 by Carson Baker, 10 by Logan Keys, which is a career high, ties a career high for the sophomore. Then you've got 6 by Cade Cosson, 4 by Andrew Glish, 2 for Scott Bukta, and Jackson Fenner and Eli Schweiger with 4 points off the bench for the Blackhawks, 61 points. Well, again, on behalf of myself, Brett Ketterman, along with Avery Hess, Sammy Ersted, Donald Martin, Carson Heisner, Alexis Denman, and Sam Hess and John Collins. Glad to have you along for today's high school basketball broadcast. We'll be back on the air in a little bit with a post-game interview with Coach Mike Hintz and possibly a player. And then we'll see you on Saturday as the Blackhawks get set to take on the Burlington Demons in another non-conference game. That's tip time is scheduled for 12:30. Again, here I'm Brett Ketterman at Premier Bank Gymnasium. It was Fort Atkinson 61, Union Grove 43. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.